and welcome to Violet Connie Art. I am doing Inktober, as I said in my last video, and I am here to do prompt 1 with ring. I'm not going to be uploading for every day, but this is day 1, so I thought why not. First of all, I did a sketch in my sketchbook while I was waiting for my battery to charge so I could do some filming. That took me around 20 minutes to do. I used 2 different reference photos to try and get the lady holding the hoop in the spot that I wanted, and then the shape of the dolphin that would fit on my page. And then I drew it into a box the same size as the cards that I was doing, and then waited until my battery charged so that I could film it. So here you can see I just used a little bit of baking paper as tracing paper to trace the image from my sketchbook, similar to what I did in World Watercolour Months, and then I scribbled on the back and then taped it down to my desk to trace the image onto the trading card that I had made in my previous video preparing for Inktober. So for today's prompt, I decided to do a dolphin jumping through a hoop. I really struggled with this prompt. It was really ambiguous. There was many things that went through my brain about what it could be. I made a mess. First time I opened up the ink and I put it all over myself just to interrupt my story there. But a few of the ideas that I had were like obviously a normal ring that you put on your finger. Then also a set of key rings was another thought that I'd had. Another thought I had was maybe doing the rings in your eye, like your iris and your pupil are rings. I also thought of maybe doing like a hole in ice. So to do ice fishing, there's a ring that they drill to put into the ice. But in the end, I thought the easiest for me to do would possibly be this dolphin jumping through a hoop. So even though when I first seen this prompt, I was like, what am I going to do? I ended up coming up with a lot of ideas, but it's sometimes tricky when their prompts are a little ambiguous to come up with something that you feel comfortable actually drawing and completing that you're happy with in the end. So I have a long way to go with using a dip pen. The nib on this is really quite flexible, and I was really shaky tonight, so all of my lines are really quite shaky. The line variation is, a lot of it was by mistake because I wasn't used to how much pressure I needed to put on the pen. It's one of the ones that has the nib that splits at the end, so you can get different line variations that way. And so I think it just comes down to practice and maybe not feeling so rushed to do it. For each prompt, I've decided to use one colour, just pick a colour that I think is going to suit the picture for the day, and use that to accent the picture. So here today I used a phthalo turquoise to do the dolphin, because dolphins are sometimes like grey or they're kind of blue dolphins, and water can be blue and the sky was blue, so I felt like today's prompt called for like a blue kind of colour. Bluey green, which kind of phthalo turquoise is. And I like how I ended up accenting this. I like that watercolour you're able to use light and darks, and this whole picture only took me around an hour to complete, from sketching to final completion, and I'm really glad that I chose this size to do, because World Watercolour Month, I did them on 6 pages, and sometimes most of those took me anywhere from 3 to 5 or 6 hours, and it was just too much on a daily basis, and it completely burnt me out, and I wasn't able to feel like I wanted to do any art afterwards. So I'm really pleased that these nice little shapes, small little cards, are nice and manageable, and I can see that I can do one of them in an hour if I keep it nice and simple. And sometimes simple's better when it comes to art. When you start putting too much stuff in, it looks a little bit overdone. I think maybe I went a little over the top with the colours, but that will come with practice. And definitely I'm really looking forward to hopefully improving my nib pen skills. I used a little white gel pen on the end just to cover up any mistakes that I made and just highlight a few areas. And that is pretty much it. Oh yeah, and I signed it. And I like doing a little border around the edge by freehand, which I think just gives it a nice little feel. And this is the final piece here. I'm really happy with it, and thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's Inktober videos and stuff on Instagram. You can go and check me out there at Violet Connie Art on Instagram. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.